Hello, Trinity Episcopal Church. It's Tuesday, June the 9th, 2020. Just some announcements before we get to the main portion of the video. We have to remember that COVID-19 is still with us. I know it feels like it's sort of receded into the background because of all that's been going on in the country, but it's still with us, so we need to be in our lives socially distancing, wearing masks, doing all the things we need to do, hand washing. I just wanted to share with you, I've been saying that we need to meet the 6 health marks in order to reopen safely or in a more safe way. And I wanted to give you the website of that the diocese is consulting to when they think about meeting those health marks, and that's covidexitstrategy.org. Covidexitstrategy.org. That's what they're consulting, and we'll be looking at as well as we move to reopen. Now, Kentucky's cases have spiked, and so it's not going to be anytime soon. Please remember that this coming Sunday is the virtual picnic. So there's some recipes on our website, and you can click through those, make one, take pictures of it, and submit it by Thursday. So it's just in a couple days. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Joe Abrocta has started a rosary group. That's meeting Tuesday mornings at 8 a.m. There's more information on our website about that as well. So that's just started today. Susan Blom is going to be starting a women's Bible study. They're going to be looking at women in Scripture. That will start on June the 28th. And she'll have some more information about that in This Week at Trinity as well. And that's going to be only open to women. I have some good news as we look further ahead. This is going to be the end of July and the beginning of August. I was talking about having an outside service. Well, that's going to happen, and I have been misinterpreting the bishop's directives all this time. So we're going to be able to have communion. And here's the way it's going to work. We were originally going to have it on July the 19th. I'm going to push it out to July the 26th because we have some work to do. We have to submit our plans to the diocese and get those approved on how that service is going to look. I mean, in terms of all the safety measures we need to take. So I'll have one service for 50 people on July the 26th as a trial run. I know that's going to frustrate some people that you may not be able to get to the service, but then we'll have 2 services for 50 people each the next week on August the 2nd. So it will be just a short while before you'll be able to receive communion. I'll have more information about that as we go along, but please know that in order to attend that service, we'll have social distancing and will require people to wear masks. So just be prepared for that. So those are my announcements. Let me just talk about the main part of this video. We filmed it on Sunday, and I said a couple weeks ago that we're going to get to let you see how we make the service, how the sausage is made, so to speak. And so we have filmed that, and if you don't want to see it, I'll give you a little pause at the end of this announcement before we start the movie. But we've made some changes to the worship space. We've removed that octagonal altar that sits, at the top of the stairs there. That's now in the octagon. And so the real focus now is the way it would have been probably 100 years ago. Let's say in 1920. So we have hangings on the high. What used to be the high altar is now the main altar. The flowers are back up, flanking that. We have the 7-branch candelabra up. So it looks a little bit different and is more reminiscent of when morning prayer would have been celebrated more regularly and communion less. So I hope you'll watch the video. I had a lot of fun making it. It's not very long. But I'm going to give you 5 seconds if you want to turn off your video and go do something else. So here it is. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hello, Trinity Episcopal Church. I promised a couple of weeks ago that we would show you how we produce these services, and this is finally the time to do it. So I just want to take you through how all this is set up, introduce you to a couple of our friends, and talk a little bit about why the church looks the way it does now. So if you want to show us the cameras, Jeff, that'd be great. So we have 4 cameras in this church. You can see 2 of them there, a tall one and a little one. And so those are 2 of the cameras. There's also one, you can see it from the back. There's a back, that's the camera at the back taking the shot of those 2 cameras. And then there's another camera right near the organ, so that That's how the magic happens with John. And you can see Jeff and Misty Perlholtz, who are our producers, members of this congregation, who have been phenomenal at making this look so incredible. So that's part of what we do. Can you go back to the conference monitor shot? So there, you can see there's a TV screen there. It's kind of hard to see, but that's right below that main camera, so that I know what's going on as church goes on. So there's that. If you can, I also am wearing an earbud, and everything in the service is being piped into my ear with a slight delay, so I have to pay attention. Jeff is messing with me. So there's a slight delay, so I have to pay attention to what I'm saying and not what I'm hearing. And I want to talk to you about what's going on with the altar here. So we've returned this to a morning prayer setting. I'm standing where the main altar used to be. We moved that into the octagon. So this is what the church would have looked like in the late 19th century and the early 20th century. So we have a hanging on the altar now. The cloth says "Holy, Holy, Holy" in green. We have the 7-branch candelabra. We have the flowers back in their traditional position. So that we are recreating then what morning prayer would have been like, rather than what we have been doing for the last 50 years, which is Eucharist as our central thing. And I'll have a sermon about sort of what morning prayer means and how we can think about it theologically in the next couple of weeks. Please remember that Joe is preaching next week, and I'm looking very forward to that very much. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in church.